My name is Ed Garcia, and I've been with the Alliance Group for 6 years. You know, I am relatively new to the insurance industry, and I was very fortunate to get involved with the Alliance Group when I got in. But I've heard some nightmares in the short time I've been in with other agencies and promises that weren't kept and all of that. Not with the Alliance Group. I love working with this group of people. I can get out there and sell, which is what I love to do. I love being in front of my clients, taking my clients their claim checks and helping them and everything else. I don't like paperwork. I'm just not a paperwork person. Never have been. And one thing I like about the Alliance Group is that I can get out there and do what I do best, and they handle the rest. With our products, we have a 2-year terminal illness benefit, where if you are diagnosed with an illness that is terminal, you can access 80 to 90% of your death benefit 2 years out. And we had a female client some years ago diagnosed with a very serious cancer, chemo, radiation, nothing was working, and her doctor basically said, you got 18 to 24 months to live. You need to get your affairs in order. There was a procedure available she wanted to try, and they just wouldn't pay. She pulled a lot of money, close to $100,000 early, okay, before dying, and paid for this operation, and it saved her life. Chronic illness benefit it's basically a 2 of 6 living activities definition or cognitive loss. So this is a train wreck coming. What is your plan? How are you going to pay for this? If you're a homeowner and you need long-term care assistance or assistance with your daily living, you're not going to get help from the government, okay? So your home is at risk. You're not going to keep your home and the government pay for your long-term care. So with our policy, they can immediately pull a monthly income every month, and the benefits are also usually without tax because it's life insurance proceeds. With the critical illness benefit riders, and this is where most of our claims will come through first. It's almost like I have a crystal ball, and this is where I'm going to hear from almost 70% of my clients first. Cancer, heart attack, and stroke are the top 3 that we see all the time, okay? But if one of our clients has a cancer, heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, they may need dialysis, a heart, lung, liver, or kidney transplant is needed, whether that's from an accident, a hunting accident, a car accident, or an illness, it doesn't matter. If that transplant is needed, that's all we need to know. Lou Gehrig's, which is lateral sclerosis, and then total blindness, which is corrected vision of 2200 or worse. The client can pull huge amounts of money from their death benefit. Now, it's based on the severity, stages 1, 2, 3, and 4. So even for a minor stage 1, there's a benefit. But for stage 2 or 3, you're going to need more money. You're going to miss more work. You're going to have more co-pays and deductibles. So the more severe, the more that somebody can pull. On the first appointment with Ron and his family, it was really uneventful like any other visit. And little did I know that, you know, approximately 2 years later that he'd be in the fight of his life, battling lung cancer. And Ron told me, he said, Ed, this policy, it's really made a difference. It's let me focus on getting better. And when we went and delivered the check to him, when we pulled up in the driveway, the first thing he said when I got out of the car was, Ed, I've never been so glad to see somebody in my entire life. It's really making a difference for his family. It's made a lot of difference. Yeah, a lot of my clients are self-employed, and I'd say, you know, 100 employees or less, small businesses. And almost half of small businesses go out of business because the owner becomes disabled. The owner is the most important person to that business. And what's going to happen if a drunk driver hits them? They can't work for 2 years, which has happened to one of my clients recently. Cancer, heart attack, stroke, and they've got to take 10 months off to recuperate. What's going to happen to that business? So we have products and policies that will give them the funds needed to have somebody step in their shoes. And I know that's going to be hard to do, but at least temporarily. They don't want to lose clients, you know, to stay in contact with their clients, you know, and things like that. Or maybe even have to sell the business and transfer it into someone else's name. That's going to take money to do that. So it makes a lot of difference when you have cash readily available, you know, when those bad things happen. As far as mortgage protection, unfortunately, there's a lot of agents and a lot of agencies out there that are selling life insurance under the guise of mortgage protection when only 3 to 6% of foreclosures stem from death. 48 to 50% year after year after year are related to a critical illness or a serious disability. So if you only have a traditional life product that pays out only in death, you're very, very exposed. And that's why it's my opinion that this is the best product out there to really protect people and keep them in their homes when bad things happen. It feels so good when it's come to fruition and you're sitting here telling them, you know, when you're visiting with them, they're healthy. And remember, every client that we've ever taken a claim check to was healthy when we signed them up, or they wouldn't have been approved. So people say, well, I'm healthy and I don't know if it's going to happen to me. You know, we all want to think it's not going to. So yeah, when you have that claim and you can take that check out there to them and you're just it's great because I'm proud of them for making the right decision to have the wisdom and the wherewithal to realize that things can happen to them, okay? And it makes me feel so great because I was there and I was one that represented the product and pleaded with them, you know, hey, these things can happen. I've seen the other side. My advice to anybody getting into this industry or come to work with us and representing these products is it's really hard because until you've delivered a claim and seen the difference and cried with your clients, you know, you've got to understand the value of these benefits. And so my advice would be to talk with me and the other ones that have been able to deliver these checks and understand what it's meant for these families, and use our stories until you have your own stories. Work hard, get out there, be sincere with people, and just think, there's nobody that I love that I would not want to have this policy, our policies, to protect them. And everybody that I love knows about the policy or has the policy. I have the policy. My wife has the policy. I wouldn't be without it. And so that's really, you've got to think, well, would I want to represent products that don't have these living benefits? Would I be doing these people justice, these people that I love? You know, there's no better policies and there's no better products. And to me, there's no better agency to align yourself with than the Alliance Group. This is life insurance for life.